Captain Jack Miller stood at the viewpoint of his ship, the Pathfinder *, staring at the massive structure ahead. Galactic Station Alpha hung in space like a giant metal flower, its petals spreading out in all directions. This was the heart of the Galactic Coalition, where the most advanced alien races met and made decisions that affected hundreds of worlds. "Captain, we're receiving docking instructions," said First Officer Tom Reed from his station. Miller nodded, his face serious. "Take us in slowly. Remember what we discussed. We're just a simple diplomatic vessel, as far as anyone knows." The Pathfinder * approached the station at a careful pace. Though it looked like an ordinary human ship on the outside, what lay beneath its hull was Earth's best-kept secret. As they docked, Miller straightened his uniform and prepared to face the Coalition representatives. This was humanity's third year as members, and the welcome had never been warm. "Let's go," he told his small crew. "And remember, smile, no matter what they say." The station's docking bay was busy with ships from across the galaxy. Strange vessels of impossible shapes sat next to each other, many glowing with energies humans were only beginning to understand. Next to them, the Pathfinder * looked like an ancient sailing ship among spaceships. A tall, blue-skinned alien approached. Ambassador Torque of the Velaran Empire stood nearly 7 feet tall, with 4 eyes set in a face that never seemed to show emotion. "Captain Miller," Torque said, not extending any of his 3 arms in greeting. "Earth sends its most basic vessel for such an important meeting." Miller forced a smile. "The Pathfinder * serves our needs, Ambassador." Torque made a sound like water going down a drain, the Velaran version of a laugh. "Indeed. I'm sure your glorified combustion engine got you here eventually. How long did your journey take?" 3 weeks. 2.5, Miller answered, not revealing that the journey had actually taken just 8 hours. As far as the aliens knew, humans were stuck with slow engines that couldn't possibly compete with advanced alien technology. As they walked through the station, other aliens turned to stare. Some pointed at the humans and whispered to each other. Miller caught fragments of conversations in the station's common language. "Still using physical controls. Surprised they don't power their ships with steam. Why did we even invite them to join?" Miller kept his face neutral, though he felt his ears burn. Humanity was the newest race in the Coalition, and by far the least advanced, or so everyone believed. They arrived at the main meeting hall, where representatives from 12 major species sat around a large circular table. Miller and Reed were directed to the smallest seats, positioned lower than the others. "The human delegation has arrived," announced Torque to the room. "Though I don't know what insights they could possibly offer on matters of advanced propulsion." Several aliens made sounds of amusement. A tentacle being spoke up, its translator converting its clicks into words. "Perhaps they can tell us about their exciting new discovery. What do they call it?" "Ah yes, ion propulsion. Technology we abandoned 4,000 years ago." More laughter filled the room. Miller simply nodded. "We're happy to learn from our more experienced allies." As the meeting started, Miller's communicator vibrated silently. A message from Admiral Thompson back on Earth. "Maintain TOVR. Project Harmonie Remains Sci-Fi. Coalition intelligence is USPCT is song thing." Miller deleted the message and focused on the meeting, letting the aliens believe exactly what they wanted to, that humans were hopelessly behind. For now, their underestimation was humanity's greatest advantage. Little did they know, the Pathfinder * was about to change everything. After the meeting ended, Miller slipped away from the main corridors of Galactic Station Alpha. The station's design was overwhelming. Vast curved hallways, filled with alien technology that glowed, hummed, and sometimes moved on its own. He followed a series of less traveled paths until he reached a small, unmarked door. He pressed his hand against the scanner. After a moment, it flashed green, and the door slid open. Inside waited Admiral Thompson, a stern man with gray hair and more medals than he ever wore. The room was secure, one of the few places on the station where humans could speak freely without fear of the Coalition's advanced listening devices. "Captain Miller," Thompson said, standing to shake his hand. "Good to see you made it without incident." "The usual comments about our primitive technology," Miller replied with a small smile. "Nothing new." Thompson nodded. "Good. Let them think that." He pressed a button on his wrist device, activating a small hologram showing the Pathfinder *. "Your ship's outer hull is the perfect disguise." They scan it. They see exactly what they expect. Outdated tech, standard fusion engines, nothing special. The hologram changed, revealing what lay beneath the outer shell. But what's inside? The image showed an engine unlike anything known to the Coalition. Where alien ships used massive energy cores and conventional physics, the Pathfinder's engine was smaller, more elegant, and built around a central chamber that pulsed with a soft blue light. "The Hammond Resonance Drive," Miller said quietly, pride in his voice. "Working perfectly so far." Thompson nodded. "Earth's greatest achievement. While the aliens spent thousands of years refining the same technologies, we found a completely different path. The secret of the Hammond drive was simple yet revolutionary. The aliens had mastered manipulating space to achieve faster-than-light travel. Humans, coming from a different scientific tradition, had instead discovered how to interact with quantum fluctuations, tiny variations in reality itself. Our scientists discovered this by accident," Thompson continued. "Dr. Hammond was trying to create better farm equipment when she noticed the strange energy readings. The aliens missed it because they'd been so focused on one approach for so long." Miller studied the hologram. "They don't believe it's possible. That's why their scans don't detect it. They're not looking for what they think can't exist." "Exactly. The perfect cover." Thompson shut down the hologram. "But we have a problem. Intelligence suggests someone in the Coalition suspects we've made a breakthrough. That's why you're here, not just for the diplomatic mission, but to show the Pathfinder * in action if necessary." Miller frowned. "Show it? We've kept this secret for 3 years. Things are changing. Some Coalition members have been losing ships near the city sector. They're blaming pirates, but the attack pattern suggests advanced technology. We think someone else has discovered principles similar to the Hammond drive." Thompson handed Miller a data chip. "These are your real orders. Keep them secure. The Pathfinder * may need to reveal some of its capabilities soon, but only if absolutely necessary." Miller took the chip, feeling its weight despite its tiny size. "The crew knows to maintain security. Only Reed and Chief Engineer Parker know the full truth about the drive." Thompson placed a hand on Miller's shoulder. "Earth is counting on you. The Coalition sees us as children, playing with toys while they master the universe. But sometimes children see things adults have forgotten how to see." As Miller left the secure room, he thought about the Pathfinder * docked among those alien vessels. From the outside, it looked simple, even crude. But appearances could be deceiving, just like humanity itself. Miller was halfway back to his ship when the station's emergency system activated. Red lights flashed along the corridors, and a deep alarm sound pulsed through the air. "Attention all personnel," announced a mechanical voice in multiple languages. "Emergency situation detected. All ship captains report to Central Command immediately." Miller quickened his pace, arriving at the command center just behind several alien captains. The large room was in chaos. Screens showed data streaming in from multiple sources, and officers from different species worked frantically at control stations. At the center stood Station Commander Dex, a tall four-armed being with metallic skin. His normally calm face showed clear signs of distress. "We have received a critical distress signal," Dex announced as the room fell silent. "The mining colony on Praxis 4 has suffered catastrophic shield failure during a Class 9 solar storm. Their backup systems are failing. Without immediate assistance, all 3,000 colonists will die from radiation exposure within 6 hours. A hologram appeared, showing the colony's situation. The nearby star was unleashing massive solar flares, and the colony's protective shields were flickering dangerously. "We need immediate evacuation," continued Dex. "Unfortunately, most of our rescue vessels are currently in maintenance cycles or deployed elsewhere." Miller studied the hologram. Praxis 4 was over 2 light-years away. With conventional coalition technology, that was a journey of several hours, cutting it close for a rescue mission. The Velaran Captain Drex stepped forward. "My ship, the Stellar Claw is prepared to depart immediately. We can reach Praxis 4 in just under 5 hours." Dex nodded. "Prepare your ship. Any other vessels available?" Miller took a deep breath. This was exactly the kind of situation Admiral Thompson had warned him about. Revealing the Pathfinder's true capabilities would mean exposing Earth's secret technology. But 3,000 lives were at stake. "The Pathfinder is ready," Miller said firmly. "We can assist with the evacuation." Drex turned to Miller, his 4 eyes narrowing. "This is not the time for games, human. Your ship would take at least 12 hours to reach Praxis 4. The colonists will be dead by then." "We've made some improvements to our engines," Miller replied carefully. "We can help." "Improvements?" Drex laughed, the sound sharp and mocking. "Going from horse-drawn carts to basic combustion doesn't make you capable of this mission. Your presence would only complicate things and endanger more lives." Miller stood his ground. "The Pathfinder can." "Enough," Drex cut him off. "Commander Dex, I formally request that the human vessel be ordered to stand down. This is a serious situation requiring our most advanced technology, not Earth's primitive attempts at spaceflight." The room fell silent. All eyes turned to Commander Dex, who looked troubled. "I'm sorry, Captain Miller," Dex said finally, "but Captain Drex is correct. The Coalition's data on human vessel capabilities indicates your ship would arrive too late. The Stellar Claw will handle this rescue alone." Miller clenched his fists but nodded stiffly. Just then, another alert sounded. A communications officer called out, "New data from Praxis 4. The main shield has failed completely. Radiation is already entering the outer habitats. Time to lethal exposure now estimated at 3 hours, not 6. Panic spread through the command center. Even the Stellar Claw would cut it extremely close now. Miller looked at the data, then at Drex's smug face, and made his decision. "The Pathfinder is launching to assist," he announced, already moving toward the exit, with or without permission. "You'll be court-martialed for this," Drex shouted after him. Miller didn't look back. "Only if those colonists die." Miller sprinted through the station corridors, his communicator pressed to his ear. "Reed, prepare for immediate launch. Full crew to stations. We're going to Praxis 4. "Sir," Reed's voice crackled back. "But that's... I know how far it is. We're activating the Hammond drive. This is what it was built for." By the time Miller reached the docking bay, the Pathfinder was humming with activity. Crew members rushed to their positions as he charged up the ramp. Through the viewports, he could see the Velaran ship Stellar Claw preparing to launch. It was 3 times the size of the Pathfinder its hull gleaming with advanced metals unknown to Earth science. Miller dropped into the captain's chair. "Status." Chief Engineer Parker looked up from his console, his hands moving quickly over the controls. "Hammond drive is ready, sir. But once we activate it, there's no hiding what we can do. 3,000 lives, Parker. Worth the risk." Miller leaned forward. "Take us out." The docking clamps released, and the Pathfinder pulled away from the station. On the main screen, an incoming transmission flashed. Commander Dex's face appeared, looking both angry and confused. "Captain Miller, return to dock immediately. Your actions endanger this mission and violate direct orders. With respect, Commander, we're going to save those colonists. Miller cut the transmission and turned to his crew. Everyone secured. Nods all around the bridge. Engage conventional engines just until we're clear of the station. The Pathfinder moved forward at what would appear to be normal human speed, slow enough that several nearby alien vessels actually moved out of its way with visible impatience. Behind them, the Stellar Claw launched from its much larger dock, quickly accelerating past the human vessel. Captain Drex's face appeared on their screen, smirking. If you insist on this foolishness, human, at least stay out of our way. Your outdated vessel will only. Miller cut the transmission again. Clear of station traffic, sir, announced the navigation officer. Good. Miller took a deep breath. This was the moment that would change everything. Activate the Hammond drive. Parker pressed his palm against a hidden scanner, then entered a complex code. Deep within the ship, the conventional engine shut down as power diverted to the secret heart of the Pathfinder *. For a moment, nothing seemed to happen. Then a soft blue light began to pulse through the ship's interior lighting system. The stars on their view screens started to blur. Hammond drive at full capacity, Parker reported, grinning. Reality manipulation field stable. Quantum fluctuation tap functioning perfectly. Unlike conventional alien drives that bent space or created wormholes, the Hammond drive worked on an entirely different principle. It temporarily shifted the Pathfinder into a state where it existed partially in multiple realities at once, allowing it to move through space at speeds the aliens had deemed theoretically impossible. Time to Praxis 4, Miller asked. 27 minutes, sir. The bridge crew exchanged looks of pride. The Stellar Claw with the most advanced alien drive technology, would take nearly 5 hours to reach the colony. We'll be there in time to set up a welcome party, Reed said with a grin. The stars streaked past in ways no human ship was supposed to be capable of. Miller imagined the shock at Galactic Station Alpha as their sensors tracked the Pathfinder's impossible speed. When they arrived at Praxis 4, the colony hung in space before them, its failing shields flickering as deadly radiation from the nearby star bombarded it. Thousands of people waited inside, with no idea help had arrived. No sign of the Valoran ship, reported the sensor officer. They're still 4 hours out. Miller nodded. Deploy our emergency shield emitters. Let's get those colonists protected before the radiation reaches critical levels. As the Pathfinder moved into position, Miller knew that humanity's secret was now exposed. But as the ship extended its advanced shield technology to protect the colony, he couldn't bring himself to regret it. Some secrets weren't worth 3,000 lives. The Pathfinder hovered near Praxis 4, its emergency shield emitters extending a protective bubble around the failing colony. Inside the colony's main control room, Miller studied damage reports with the colony's leader, Governor Lan. It makes no sense, Lan said, pointing to the shield generator diagnostics. These systems were checked just last week. All 3 backup systems failing at the same time during a solar storm. The odds are astronomical. Miller frowned, examining the technical readouts more carefully. Show me where the failures started. Lan pulled up a detailed schematic. Primary shields failed here, at junction point 47. Then backups 1, 2, and 3 all showed similar cascade failures within minutes of each other. That's not random, Miller said quietly. These are identical failure patterns. Someone deliberately sabotaged your shield systems. Lan's face paled. Sabotage. But who would? The colony's communication system crackled to life. Praxis Colony, this is Captain Drex of the Stellar Claw *. We have arrived to assist with evacuation. Miller checked his watch. The Valoran ship had arrived in just over 1 hour, much faster than the 5 hours Drex had claimed at the station. It seemed the Pathfinder wasn't the only vessel hiding its true capabilities. We should tell Captain Drex about the sabotage, Lance suggested. Something didn't feel right to Miller. He hesitated, then nodded. Let me handle this. He activated the communication link. Captain Drex, this is Miller. We've discovered evidence that the colony's shield failure was deliberate sabotage. A long silence followed. Then, interesting accusation. Human, do you have proof? We're gathering the evidence now. The failure patterns are identical across all systems. Someone wanted this colony destroyed. Another pause. Stand by, Captain Miller. Minutes passed. Miller tried to re-establish communication with the Valoran ship, but only static answered. Sir. Reed's voice came urgently through Miller's communicator. The Stellar Claw has raised its weapon systems. They're targeting us. Miller's blood ran cold. Get back to the ship. Now. He turned to Lan. Seal your colony. Don't open for anyone but Earth personnel. Miller raced through the colony corridors, dodging panicked colonists. As he reached the airlock where the Pathfinder was docked, a massive shock wave rocked the entire structure. Parker, report, he shouted into his communicator as he sprinted aboard. They've fired on us, sir. Parker's voice was tight with tension. Hit our port side. Shields holding, but they're coming around for another pass. Miller reached the bridge just as another blast struck the ship. Status of the colony shields. Our emitters are still functioning, protecting them from the radiation, Reed reported. But if the Velarans destroy us, they die. Miller took his seat. Open a channel to the Stellar Claw *. Drex's face appeared on screen, his four eyes cold. Captain Miller, how unfortunate you discovered our little operation. You sabotaged the colony, Miller said. It wasn't a question. Drex smiled. Certain factions in the Coalition have been very interested in how your little planet has made such remarkable technological leaps. This emergency provided the perfect opportunity to see your ship's true capabilities. And now we'll take those capabilities for ourselves. There are 3,000 innocent people in that colony. Acceptable losses for such valuable technology, Drex replied calmly. The Hammond resonance drive, I believe you call it. Quite impressive. Our scientists will enjoy studying it. The transmission cut off as the Stellar Claw fired again, this time with its main weapons. The Pathfinder shuddered under the impact. Shields at 60%, Reed reported. We can't match their firepower with conventional weapons. Miller's hands tightened on his chair. Then it's time to show them what else this ship can do. Parker, activate Defense System Omega. Sir, but that's our only option. Do it. As the Stellar Claw came around for what it expected to be the killing blow, Miller watched Drex's smug face on the monitor. The Velaran thought he was facing outdated human technology with a single advanced drive system. He was about to learn how wrong he was. Defense System Omega activating, Parker announced. His fingers flew across his control panel, entering a complex series of commands. Beneath the Pathfinder's outer hull, hidden systems hummed to life. A soft golden glow began to spread through the ship's interior, pulsing in rhythm with the blue light of the Hammond drive. What exactly is Defense System Omega? Reed asked, his eyes wide as the golden light reached the bridge. Miller gripped his chair as another blast from the Stellar Claw rocked the ship. Another Earth secret. The Hammond drive lets us move differently through space. Omega lets us interact differently with energy. Outside, the Stellar Claw positioned itself for a final attack run. Its main cannon began to glow with gathered energy. They're charging their primary weapon, reported the tactical officer. Impact in 10 seconds. Omega status. Miller asked calmly. Fully operational, Parker confirmed. Quantum entanglement field established. Braced for impact, Miller ordered. The Stellar Claw fired. A massive beam of concentrated energy streaked toward the Pathfinder When it struck, the human ship glowed brilliantly for a moment, but instead of exploding, the golden field around the vessel seemed to absorb the blast. On the bridge of the Stellar Claw Drex leaned forward in confusion. What happened? Why isn't that ship destroyed? His weapons officer looked up in shock. Sir, they somehow absorbed our attack. Impossible. Drex slammed his fist on his command console. Fire again. Back on the Pathfinder Miller watched the energy readings climb. Omega holding steady. Energy absorption at 87% efficiency. Sir, Parker said with a grin, we've captured enough energy from their attack to power our systems for a month. Should we show them what else we can do with it? Miller nodded. Let's return their gift. Target their weapon systems only. The golden field surrounding the Pathfinder pulsed, then contracted. Suddenly, a beam of energy, the very same energy the Velerans had fired, shot back toward the Stellar Claw It struck with perfect precision, destroying the larger ship's main weapon array. Direct hit, cheered the tactical officer. On screen, they could see parts of the Veleran ship's hull peeling away, venting atmosphere and debris. What is this technology? Drex's voice crackled through the damaged communication system, his tone now filled with fear instead of contempt. Quantum Entangled Defense System, Miller replied. While you were perfecting ways to destroy things, we developed ways to redirect energy. Basic physics, conservation of energy. Your attack didn't disappear. We just borrowed it for a while. The Pathfinder circled around the damaged Veleran vessel, its systems now clearly outclassing what had been considered superior alien technology. Now, Captain Drex, Miller continued, we're sending a distress signal to Galactic Station Alpha with evidence of your sabotage. Your ship is disabled, but your life support is intact. You and your crew will survive to face Coalition justice. Miller cut the transmission and turned to his communications officer. Send our encrypted message to Earth and the Coalition Council. Include all evidence of the sabotage and attack. Yes, sir. What about the colony? Our shield emitters will hold until help arrives. Start organizing evacuation procedures with Governor Lan. Reed approached Miller as the rest of the crew carried out their orders. Sir, I don't understand. How did we develop technology this advanced without the aliens noticing? Miller smiled slightly. Because they thought they knew everything. They stopped looking for new approaches centuries ago. Earth scientists weren't held back by those limitations. Dr. Hammond discovered this by accident while studying wave-particle duality. Through the viewports, they could see the Stellar Claw floating helplessly, its once proud hull now scared and damaged. Sometimes, Miller said quietly, the greatest advantage isn't having the most advanced technology. It's having technology your enemy doesn't understand. As the Pathfinder maintained its protective position between the damaged colony and the solar storm, Miller knew the balance of power in the Galactic Coalition had just shifted forever. 3 days after the incident at Praxis 4, the Pathfinder docked once more at Galactic Station Alpha. This time, there was no contempt waiting for them, only silence. As Miller stepped from his ship, he found the docking bay lined with representatives from every major Coalition species. Their faces showed a mixture of curiosity, respect, and in some cases, fear. Commander Dex approached, his metallic skin catching the light. Captain Miller, the Coalition Council requests your immediate presence. The walk to the council chamber felt different now. Aliens who had once sneered at humans now moved aside, watching closely as Miller passed. Some even nodded in greeting. The council chamber itself had been reorganized. Instead of being seated in the lowest position, Miller found himself directed to a seat at the main table, equal in height to the others. High Counselor Vryn, the eldest and most respected member of the Coalition leadership, spoke first. Captain Jack Miller of Earth. 3 days ago, You exposed a conspiracy that would have cost 3,000 innocent lives. You also revealed that humanity has developed technologies unknown to the rest of the coalition. Miller nodded. That is correct, High Counselor. Captain Drex and his co-conspirators have been arrested. They represented a faction that feared Earth's potential and sought to steal your technology while eliminating witnesses. Vren's ancient eyes studied Miller carefully. What we do not understand is how your world developed such advances in isolation. Miller had been authorized by Earth Command to share the basic principles. By thinking differently, your civilizations have refined the same technologies for thousands of years. Earth scientists approached physics with fresh eyes. He activated a small projector that displayed the basic principles of the Hammond drive and the Omega defense system, without revealing the critical details that would allow them to be replicated. Where you manipulate space directly, we learn to work with quantum fluctuations. Where you focus on projecting energy, we discovered ways to redirect it through quantum entanglement. Different paths to similar goals. The alien representatives leaned forward, studying the simplified diagrams with intense interest. We do not understand how we missed these possibilities, admitted a representative from the Moro Collective, a species known for their scientific achievements. Sometimes knowing too much can be a limitation, Miller replied. Your civilizations had established ways of thinking about physics. You stopped looking for alternatives because you believed you understood the fundamental rules. Vren nodded slowly. Pride, the oldest trap for advanced civilizations. The ancient alien turned to address the full council. For centuries, we have viewed humans as primitive newcomers with nothing to teach us. Today, we are humbled by the reminder that new perspectives have value. The Council voted unanimously to create a new scientific exchange program, where human scientists would work directly with alien researchers to combine their different approaches. As the meeting concluded, Ambassador Torque, who had once mocked the Pathfinder as a glorified combustion engine, approached Miller. Your deception was impressive. The Velaran admitted. I would not have believed it possible. That was the point. Miller replied with a small smile. When Miller returned to the Pathfinder Admiral Thompson was waiting on a secure channel. Well done, Captain. Earth Command is pleased with the outcome. The Council has granted us new trade agreements and technology sharing that would have taken decades to negotiate otherwise. What happens now? Miller asked. Now we show them what else we've been working on, Thompson said with a rare smile. The Hammond drive was just the beginning. As the Pathfinder prepared to return to Earth, Miller watched the alien ships docked around them. Some of the most advanced vessels in the galaxy, yet each built on principles thousands of years old. Sometimes, he reflected, being the newcomer was the greatest advantage of all. Earth hadn't just earned the respect of the Galactic Coalition, it had changed the direction of galactic technology forever. All because they had dared to think differently.